Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are continuing the Road to Rank 1 for September 2024, and we're going to be starting here in the Blitz Tournament mode. I am actually switching things up. I am on a Jaguar list right now just to, switch things up. I've played a few rounds against some of these people already. West is on a German USA ramp deck with a bunch of anti-tank cards, so I decided to switch off of Finn, which is what I've been playing up till now. My 15 tournament win streak was ended by West. Not the last tournament, but the tournament before that, because he did have like a strong start with War Machine into Flampanzer and Pack 40s. So yeah, we just switched things up to Jaguar. I only need one more win to take first place here, and then we will be trying to take rank 1 on ladder. I've been playing a bunch off screen, just, between streams, between casts. I had a busy weekend, in Cards. If any of you guys watched the OCC, I was casting there, and as well as I was casting the, King's Cup, week 2 matches, which I'm sure you guys have seen, I've uploaded the VODs here, as well as I was live on Twitch, so, that was really awesome. Go check out. Be sure to check out my Twitch, where I will be streaming week 3, and I will let you guys know the exact dates and times for those matches as soon as they are available. But in the meantime, let's just roll the intro and jump into this tournament as soon as it starts.
What a performance there by J King.
J King, full plot armor.
J King is pushing himself into the ranks of the legend.
J King is our world champion! J King 7! What? The back-to-back Cards world champion!
Alrighty, here we have the first game here. Jaguar versus Jaguar. Well, Japan versus Japan, I should say. Honestly, solid start. I don't know if I need 2 Shibata and Signal. It's good for board presence, but yeah, I'm going to keep it. We have the Desert Meshes, so if our opponent does go wide, gets like the 35T Type 93 start that can kind of farm a Shibata, we can just sort of blow him off the board with a relatively early Desperate and then slam down a bunch of Shibatas. It's also possible that he's not playing Jaguar, in which case it's probably going to be a relatively order-heavy deck. Our opponent is thinking through what they want to keep here, or the AFK. I feel like being AFK is like kind of a real issue in this tournament, where you sit here for like 20 minutes waiting for the round to start. You go to the bathroom, make yourself a sandwich, don't realize the game has actually begun, and that might be actually what happens. This guy might have unfortunately wasted 200 gold here. Now, there's a pretty decent chance he comes back, so I do think I will start with the Cavalry Regiment. I mean, gets punished by Jaeger, I guess. We will start with the Cavalry Regiment just to put him under some pressure. And he's back. If it's Jaeger, I'm going to be so sad. Nope, he just passes back the turn immediately. Already get down the Shibata, another cavalry push up. I mean, he passed on 2. Like, he didn't rope out, which means he doesn't have anything to play on 2. Recon, is it going to be like 35T? No. We'll just go all face. Like, play Shibata Signal, Type 94. Like, the AoEs are orders, and if he plays it, he's taking 4, and then he's killing the 3 things in the front line, so he's taking 7. He's going down to 6 health. And we have 4 burn in hand. Awoken Giant, that's going to be 5 damage. Production order, and he's just going out via order. Gunship mission, Shibatas deal the damage first, and that is a bizarre first game win. Alrighty, well, it looks like we're going to be waiting here for a while because there was no winner from the previous match, which means both players were AFK, and I guess got disconnected, like, the game got terminated at the same time for both players. So again, that's kind of funny. The four of us were waiting in this queue for maybe, like, 20 minutes at least. And yeah, everybody probably left their computers. Didn't realize the games were back on, and that is unfortunate way to waste 200 gold. But it does mean that we are just going straight into the finals, and it's going to be a while. So yeah, we'll cut to that. Alrighty, going into the finals. And it's going to be another Japan deck. Well, unlike the previous opponent, this one probably not running a Woken Giant, and probably not going to be AFK. So what are we looking to keep? This is just a full mulligan. No 1-drops with Blitz. No powerful elites. Well, we have our powerful elites, still no 1-drops with Blitz. Or even like Shabbat is fine. Just not type 93. Signal Regiment is actually probably the... okay. I was about to say Signal Regiment's like the best thing for him to play on turn 1 if he's going to play something on turn 1 for us. Because I don't have a hand that actually responds to pressure. Like if he just, you know, threw up a type 94 face, that would be sitting there for a while. The pass on turn 2 makes me think that this might be Japan-Poland. Like we'll probably see. Like if we place Plan West, obviously it's Japan-Poland. Okay, Air Blitz tells me that it is just a free-to-play, free-to-play Jaguar player. Let's take out the Signal Regiment. Free-to-play or, like, lower collection Jaguar decks tend to have much more burn than normal Jaguar decks. So that's something to be aware of. I mean, just take it out. Tsuruga absolutely has to die. That unit cannot be allowed to stick on the board. The question is, like, Bombing Raid, Aichi, or commit the reserves. Okay, Kokura's Sword is just not that great for him. I think here's the question. Like, now is the point of the game where it's... do we have enough damage to try to burn him out? Because I could just do double Yokosuka, hit phase through 5. Problem is, like, if he has Desperate Measures push up, we never expansion again for the rest of the game. So I do think we throw out the expansion rather than one of the Yokosukas. Not the end of the world. And picking up the Desperate and Shiden means that we definitely have the burn to get across the finish line. This does not allow Kokura's Sword to get up. And we have lethal with Desperate Bombing Raid on the following turn regardless, so I'm going to just drop, take the front line, drop Shibata. This limits the possibility of, like, dying to some crazy Blitzkrieg thing. Sentai Regiment on Aichi, type 94, gets Kokura's Sword to the front line. But he is simply just dead. And that is going to take back sole lead in the Blitz Tournament leaderboards. Although I will almost certainly need to play it. It's about just under, or just over 24 hours left before the end of the season. So I absolutely will have to play more. This guy is going to fight me tooth and nail for it. But that is enough with the tournament mode for this video, because now we have to turn our eyes to ladder. So I played up to 2808 yesterday, went on quite a big win streak. That leaves us just like about 130 points off of first. And I mean, if you look at the rest of the leaderboard, it's starting to clump. 34th is already 2720. So, you know, we're closer to being out of top 34 than we are to being first right now. I suspect that this season finish will probably be pushed into the 2970s to maybe 2980. I don't think we're going to make it to 3K with less than 24 hours left. But honestly, you never know. 66 better, absolutely capable of pushing this to 3K, given enough time. And the deck that we are playing is actually the deck from Head brought to the OCC, German, US. Went on quite the big win streak with this. It's not running War Machines. It's not running Bomber Mafias. This is basically just a much more aggressive tempo build of Jur US, which is going to allow us to get off to quicker starts. Sort of the way you build Jur US, it comes to the question of how do you beat ramp. Do you try to beat ramp by going under it, or do you try to beat ramp by actually sticking around on board, like building sticky boards that are capable of taking down Glamour Boys after Glamour Boys, and winning on almost value, in a way. And I have a Jur US deck that does both. At the moment, I had a lot of success with this one, so this is the one that we will start with. And let's get queuing into ladder. Alrighty, speaking of Brit Ramp, this is our first game. Britain could be air, of course. I'm almost tempted to keep the M10, but I think there's just better options. Again, we're looking for 1-drops. If it is air, Erado's good. It's going to be Exile. That makes Right Research quite good. The single copy of Suppression's also good. For Freedom Pickup's amazing because it will let us trade this out with Errado. If you place the Bomber... Okay, so he's just going to dump his entire hand on the board. And I'll take out the Bomber because at this point, his Exile units are cheap enough that he can play them regardless, I guess with the exception of Yak, but I'd rather actually deny the stats on any Exile units than the ability of him to play more of them. That is not a card I was expecting to see. That is a card that does scare me a little bit. And if the last card in his hand is Hammer Home, I guess we just lose. There's not really much we can do about that. Gonna Flying Bomb the 4-2. He doesn't have any heavy armor, so this is just a 3-3 bomber with heavy armor. As in, sorry, he doesn't have any other heavy armor is what I mean to say. M10, another suppress pickup. Will drop down the Zustora, it blocks the bomber, for now at least. Again, if he hammer homes this, it's absolutely crazy. And he top decked hammer home last turn, of course. Well, we essentially have to suppress both of those. Guess draw first. And, yeah, our opponents, we have no healing in our deck, so our opponent's probably just going to get across the line with Burn. This is an unfortunate first game, but that's what happens when you play against Exile and they start first with double PZL into Hammer Home on turn 5. Be interesting to see if he takes the front line. Does not take the front line. This means Hellcat is going to be active. As their store top deck is also quite interesting. I'm almost tempted to do... Because the Hellcat just gets traded, so Zerstore is coming out, and I think we just sort of go in on keeping this Zerstore. Not keeping it alive, obviously our opponent can trade it out, but I think we have to go in on the expectation that our opponent does trade it out and doesn't just, like, you know, randomly have double Sea Patrol or second Hammer Home or something like that. Heresy... Okay, that's quite unfortunate. Sunstrike pickup is fine. He trades out the Jaeger rather than going face. That's actually quite big for us. Is our play just Sudden Strike and then Hellcat the 3-3? Like, it's an incredibly slow play, but we don't really have anything else. It might get Unexpected Resistance. It does not. And one of his 2 bombers is down, which means we can start sticking tanks more likely. Keeping Devil's Brigade is also nice because he's exiled, so he's going to be running Devil's Brigade of his own. so I can use the Alpine Destruction ping on his Devil's Brigade. Just passes back the turn. That is quite surprising. I can kill the bomber. I can't kill the bomber well, like developing a Schutzen, for example. Piracy in the front line probably doesn't matter. Okay, let's just remove this from the board. Guess Scout Guide the Heinkel. I'm gonna play around countermeasures. I want the bomber off the board without, you know, just unexpected resistance randomly killing us. Okay, another one of these. It does die to Comet. He might have stubborn defense. Unexpected resistance. That's fine. Okay, it's not stubborn defense, so let's take out the bomber. Could have drawn with Jaeger there. It's fine. Sea Patrol into the Heinkel. That's actually quite good for us. Okay, we'll start with Panzer 3H. Shifting attack, going to help us end the game slightly faster. No more unexpected resistances. We have units in the front line. It seems pretty difficult to lose from this situation. He needs the Yak that gives all Exile units Blitz and second Hammer Home, and some other stuff. The third cost reducing guy. Not going to do much. Another Sea Patrol into a unit. And this game is as good as over. Our opponent recognizes it, surrenders. That was a close one. Bit scary at times. I wonder if he actually doesn't run the Blitz. We can check his list very quick. I wonder if he doesn't run the Blitziak. No, he runs the Blitziak, because this is Soviet Exile, so it takes up a Polish slot in the deck. He only runs 2. Oh, what? Okay, this guy's blowing my mind. I don't think you should build Exile this way. We'll just leave it at that. And that gave us some good elo. Shockingly, +8. So we're 1 under Spoker. Let's keep going. Alrighty, another British deck. Now, Sudden Strike's a really bad keep into ramp. If it's air, it is the best keep in our deck. And we have to pack 40. It's not actually terrible against Britain because of the new 3-cost countermeasure. 35T is really, really nice if we hit a 1-drop infantry, but I don't really want a full mulligan for a 1-drop infantry. Maybe I keep Sudden Strike in Zerstore and send backpack 40. Fits the curve slightly better, and it's better if it is air. Not a fantastic hand. Just gonna play the Heinkel. I can't think of anything that punishes Heinkel on 2 from Britain. I don't know, I guess he could like duress it. He's just gonna pass back. Alright. So now we're getting the draw going with 22nd, and thank the Lord there's no supply shortages left in the game. So he's probably just going to hold up the countermeasure, Kitty Hawk, presumably on the 22nd. Yep. Actually really awkward. I would love to play Zerstorer this turn, but it literally just gives him a free trade into the Heinkel. So let's instead spend our credits doing this. His turn 4, he might play the, okay, Detached Battalion was not one of the cards I thought he might play. Scout Car is quite good salvaged, which is unfortunate. It also means he's Italy ally. Oh, sorry, Finland ally. I could just suppress this. There's going to be better things to suppress in the future. I think we just do Store and Jaeger Scout Car. Or do I hit face? I would love to start getting the damage in. We are probably going to need to race down our opponent this game. I don't think we can outvalue them based on current hand size and just Brit Finland in general. Also, it keeps Jaeger in hand to guarantee a draw. And again, looking at our small hand size. I mean, this draws, this draws, this draws. Do we just suppress that to go face? We can also Spoils of War with our other credit. Ooh. It's between Schützen and Jaeger Regiment here. There's a good chance he takes the front line in the future. And Schützen's just the biggest stats block. Jaeger's, again, just cycles us deeper into our deck, finds us closer to Comet. But if he's running Black Watches, he's probably running a lot of guards in his deck. Also, he might try to, I mean, he doesn't have Fury anymore, but he still might try to push this to the front line. It's just a 2/6. Okay, and we contact pins. If he floats the 2 credits, he does not float the 2 credits. Okay, double errata, that gives us draw. Probably just Panzer 3H with the last credit. I'm fine with Heinkel sticking on the board. I'm not just gonna like throw up a Schützen randomly. Pick the other Panzer 3H for value, and do I want to play for freedom, and if so, on what? I do think I want to play it. I'm leaning towards playing it on Zerstorer in case he has a way to trigger wave after wave. It will probably be with a 1-cost order. On the other hand, if I do it on this and he just, like, you know, pushes up a 2/5 and a 2/2 and then plays like Sexton on Zerstorer, that's a lot worse. I suppose the stats on this wouldn't actually matter in that situation, so we will play it on the, if he does that, we'd like trade out an errata, shoots in hit. Panther 3H hits this. There's no way to kill Sexton even if this was buffed. Glamour Boys comes down. It's annoying, but not that surprising. It's in his deck. Comet pickup is good. So obviously I'm leaning towards clearing out the front line. This is 2, 3... Or sorry, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So play with 3 units. Get the Schützen proc. Keep the op cost down on 1 on the 5/5 and keep it at full life. He's now getting to the point of the game where wave after wave is just going to be a formality for him to trigger. So it's good that we have 2 5/5s on board. Draw last. I think I'd rather sack the Hellcat into this, which is 7, hit face for 5, push up a 5/5. Honestly, do I hit face through 1 rather than pushing up a 5/5? It's kind of psychopathic. Like, there's a 100% chance he has healing to guard. And if I hit face through 1 instead of pushing up, shoots in. Also pushing up shoots in makes him more likely not to guard. Where it's like Spitfire hits Zeustora, and then I don't know, maybe he does the 7 cost, like, yep, the 7 cost removal, and then this way, its HQ is not guided, Arado sticks on the board, and we can do Comet, face, shifting attack, Comet face, hit him with the well played, and take another victory to go up past Spoker to 28-23. And I think our goal for this video will be to get into 5th place, get to, past this guy in 5th at 28-33, so we need 10 points, probably 2 games. Let's get into the next one. Alrighty, Japan. And this is ladder, not tournament mode, so it is much more likely to just be Jagro. Kalin, almost certainly on Jagro. Keep the Jaeger, keep the Devil's Brigade. Schutzen's not terrible, because we do have a good hand, but I think I'd rather mulligan, because if we hit, like, a Nakshub, we're just straight chilling. Maybe I will keep Schutzen, because Jaeger's a turn 2 play, and we're going first, so it's fine being a turn 2 play, and then Devil's Brigade can be a turn 3 play, and then I will almost certainly have something to do on turn 4, and then Schutzen just coming down as the pure stats. If we can keep our opponent, that's not what you want to see. If we can keep our opponent in a situation where they're low on units on the board, which is going to be likely with the pings coming from Jaeger Regiment and Devil's Brigade. Of course, it's also possible our opponent's not playing Jagro, which would suck. So we're just going to throw this guy up. I mean, even if he was scared of Jaeger Regiment, he could have still played it. So he has German ally. It's a discard. This is definitely making it seem a lot like Japan-German discard, which has been seen some amount of play. I'm gonna drop the Heinkel here. $50-50. I mean, getting a 2-4 in this isn't terrible. And seeing the draw first is nice. Maybe I'll just Devil's Brigade. And if I am Devil's Brigading, do I want to Devil's Brigade first? Probably. I think a 4-4 Devil's Brigade is much better than a 2-3 Jaeger. Arado, that would have been fine to draw. Like, if we'd attacked first, I could have, like, pushed up the 2-4 and played Arado. And he keeps his Arado on board. The way we win this game is just him not discarding Comet. Okay, so it is actually Jagro. He chose to just hold back. I guess with double Arado in hand, he wanted to guarantee the Arado draws. Perfectly fine. Again, much better for us than if he was actually playing discard. I'm kind of tempted to just drop the Heinkel. Like, it's possible he kills it, but if he kills it, he's probably doing something very inefficient. Like, you know, he bombing raids Jaeger Regiment, I'm perfectly fine with that. He drops a Desperate Measures. Things could be bad, but a turn 4 Desperate, not great for him. Type 93 hit it with a Rado, but then I guess if he has Type 93 to kill Heinkel with a Rado, and then also Yokosuka between Type 93 and Shibata, plus the 1 attack from the Type 93 to reach 4 to take out Devil's Brigade would be bad. However, he also might be tempted to push Shibata after that, in which case he just walks into Schutzen, and if he doesn't push Shibata, we just slam Panzer Grenadiers without any pressure in the front line. So I guess worst case scenario is Type 93, Type 94, Type 93 Yokosuka, trade with the Albacore, and then Type 94 to hit phase. He instead goes for the bombing raid. He bombing raids the Heinkel to not actually kill the Jaeger Regiment, which is a choice. I'm tempted to just play Panzer Grenadiers. Like, how much do I actually care about the Shibata? The alternative, which is the one I'm leaning towards, is kill Shibata, Spoils of War. It's just he has so many cards in hand. I think the idea is he has a Winter Regiment in hand, probably. So let's take out the Shibata now. Maybe he has a Schutzen in hand. These are all pretty good cards. 35T is obviously just something I can play this turn. I think we go for the tempo play. Again, like, if he wants to just... Winter Regiment would be worse than Schutzen. If he wants to just Schutzen, that's perfectly fine. We'll just Panzergren, push to the front line, hit face for 2. Yeah, Riega Regiment draw, that's even better for us. Is he just going to rip the Audacity 50-50? Going to commit the reserves. Type 94. See, now this is where we begin to question why my opponent didn't kill the Jaeger Regiment. Because now I just get a free trade. How good is playing Errado here? It's not great. How good is just getting a Schutzen online? Pretty good. Just get the 5-5 on board. It's not easy for him to deal with it. He's already played one commit the reserve, so it's unlikely he has a second, and even if he does, it's kind of awkward for him to lose another credit slot here. And if the 5-5 can get to the front line, we're chilling. And it seems very likely that we can get the 5-5 to the front line. And even if we can't, we can do shifting attack. To take out, like if he just tries to go wide, we actually have a pretty good counter for him going wide. Dragon Slayer, trade. I'm just more than happy to sack Comet, to be completely honest. Like, him having Dragon Slayer on the board is not the end of the world. I can just push, Panzergun, push. Honestly, him having Dragon Slayer on board is kind of a bait for him. Like, he does not have the burn and will not live long enough for him to go face with Dragon Slayer this turn. And even if he does, it costs 2 credits, so he's going to be tempted to trade, and he'll probably take the value trade on the Panzergun, but again, that's 2 credits for him to do that. And that means he's not hitting the Schutzen, which means Schutzen's in front line, and next turn we can just do Schutzen Comet face, set up guaranteed Comet, shifting attack Comet. Instead, he's going to drop the second commit the reserves. Again, unfortunate that he has it. He hits this, we can actually do Errado 22nd. Okay, drops the signal. Goes face. Bold choice. Unless he has a Shibata here. No Shibata. So we just set up lethal, right? So this is 4, 7, 10. There's got a lot of ways to set up a lot of damage here. Yeah, draw last. Like, there's no way he can deal 5 damage in 4 credits, right? Like, even if he tries to just, like, even if he has, like, 4 blitzers with the signal regiment, that's still not enough damage, and then we just kill him. Is that gonna be like a pack 40? Suppression, that's perfectly fine. Like, he needs to kill us or he needs to heal. And I don't think either of those are possible with what's in his deck. He has Desperate Measures, which is sort of best case for him. But again, the game is still pretty over. He even has the audacity. Okay, well, his hand was somewhat goated, but we will end it same way we won last game, with Comet, Shifting Attack, Comet, and that is going to be GG Callan. That might actually be enough points on its own. It is not. +9, 28, 32. Let's get into what is hopefully the last game of the video. Alright, next game is against Britain Comtrues. He is a competitive player. I know he really likes control decks, however, so I'm leaning towards him being on a Brit-US ramp rather than air. So 164th keep. Comet's just kind of a good keep regardless of what he's playing. As in, like, not that I'm going to be playing it between, like, you know, turns 1 to 10, but it's just a very important card to have out of my deck, and I'm going second with not a terrible hand, so that's why I'm leaning towards keeping it. I'm tempted to keep Flying Bomb just because it's good into air and it's good into the countermeasure. Maybe I don't keep Comet, then. Keeping Comet might be a little greedy here. Let's just mulligan. Zustore pickup is really good here. Zustore on turn 4 is much better than having Comet in hand for later. I think we just play this. Like, it's possible he has Albacore, and that sucks, but it seems very unlikely he has Albacore. And against Brit-US ramp, that is the type of deck. Yeah, he drops a United We Stand. I'm actually happy with that. What's more important? 1 damage or having Shub on board? Probably would rather 1 damage. So he is Brit-US ramp. Brit-US ramp is a tough matchup for the deck. Just because it can be a little difficult to get through the tons and tons of guards. And Brit-US ramp can end the game quite quickly with just bombers. Did you find Pioneer? He's playing the middle card, so it's not Pioneer. What he played, or he would have played that before Convoy. Production order, he's just decided which one he wants. He picks Suppress. That's perfectly fine with me. There's not a ton of cards to suppress. Like, the Suppress Bomb is good. But I'm much more scared of him just being able to blitz me in the face, to be completely honest. This is target enemy unit. If it wasn't target enemy unit, we could suppress the Zustore and trade, which would be pretty good. But alas, it's not, so... Oh, autocannon is good. But is it better than card draw with this hand? I think we have to take it. I'm hoping that he just slams down like a Glamour Boys, something that doesn't let him attack with Sexton, but he plays to protect Sexton, and then we will just M10 and trade out Sexton. Again, it is possible that he always just has like Duress wave after wave, and you know, that's bad. Okay, Devil's Brigade takes out the big stuff and does not leave enough units on board to trade. I think we just have to do Naxxroom, Devil's Brigade, push up autocannon, and lose to Carpet Bombing. I guess I can hit Sexton first for a 50-50. I think that's worth the risk. Hits the autocannon, that's good. What I should have done is I should have played the autocannon on the Zustore side, because if they get suppressed... okay, the off-ray comes out, that's really bad. We still can't kill this. Hmm. Okay, we just need to put the pressure on. Now, obviously, we have no shot of actually killing him, but we just need to put a lot of units on the board. And again, like, if he has Kyber Bomb in here, then we lose. He has turn 4 Sexton into turn 5 Devil's Brigade, keep Sexton alive, turn 6 Off-Way, turn 7 Kyber Bomb, GG. Yep. I mean, this is why Ramp is a rough matchup. You're just not able to put the necessary pressure on the board quick enough like you can with Jaguar. Panzer Grenadiers is easily the best draw out of a deck. Kill Sexton, Zerstorer is finally unpinned, makes a 5-2 in the front line. And he has Bomber Mafia on turn 8. Yep. And now he's probably going to push a 5-5 heavy armor into the front line. Well, he's going to push a 5-7 bomber into the front line. I would go for Synthetic Oil, but I don't know if there's any combination of cards in my deck that I could have that would make me win this game. So I think we have to just continue to expand and probably go for the next one. Like, we have to hope he misplays by this point. And I think the way that we do that is that he, I don't know, just like spends his credits ramping here. Drawing's fine, because if I hit the good cards in his hand. Well, sure, second Bomber Mafia is good. Convoy is not good. I mean, he has a developed bomber in hand. I could just straight up be dead if it was B24D and he's the most talented player in the universe. Hey, it's B24D off the Bomber Mafia. Well, if I had infinite credits, I would be able to remove this board, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, even with infinite credits, this would only get up to 5. Well, no, with infinite credits, I would be able to suppress the heavy armor. But alas, that is not the case. Instead, we got hit by just an incredible ramp high roll. Yep, what is that? Minus 13 points. Not the end of the world, but still a frustrating amount of points to lose. And let's just keep going, actually. Alright, we have Bank. Long time no see on Britain. For Freedom, solid with Errado. He kept 3 cards, so it's more likely that he's air. Errado for Freedom, Panzer 35T, good cards into air. Devil's Brigade is a good card into Britain in general, because it's more likely he's running Devil's Brigade. Also, it fills out the curve a little bit. However, we don't have a infantry for 35T at the moment. Gonna keep it. I think Bank is probably going to be playing ramp, though. Yep, just passes on turn 1. Probably not air. Scout card draw is good. Man. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I miss the air players, dude. Okay, number 10 Commandos, a spicy one. Baker Street Irregulars. Picked pretty fast. Do I just play Heinkel? Second Scout card's good. If he plays Devil's Brigade, we just ping it. Number 9 Commandos. We probably just ping it. Did he get Baker Street Irregulars off of Baker Street Irregulars, or was that just his second Baker Street Irregulars? Either way, I mean, talented player. What else can we say here? Keeping these guys off the board is worth the potential of him hitting me with the Devil's Brigade. Okay, that's very good for us. It's a very slow turn from him. Okay, another number 9 Commandos doesn't really matter that much. Okay, we just need to be able to get the the Devil's Brigade to the front line. The reason he's reducing the health of all of our units, I don't think it's that he runs any AoEs, it's that he just wants them to die quicker to commando pings. Yeah, so he's getting the commando. Has sickle, that's quite bad for us. Hits the best target, but fortunately he pinned it. Pin goes face, that's not good for him. Ooh, Schützen push-up or Panzergren. I think we do Schützen push-up, he pins Schützen, and then we do Panzergren push-up. It's good to get the infantry on the board. Commandos is quite a slow deck. Special reinforcements, is that for the 1-1? Yeah, it's the 1-1. That's actually a pretty spicy combination. Red Dawn, he develops it, but he misses the ping. Second Red Dawn develop, misses the ping, and he trades out the 1-1. I'm not convinced that that was the correct play for him, but we will take it. Just gonna push a Panzergun. So he has 2 From the People in hand. That's another pretty cool combination with Commandos. This is a very fun deck my opponent is playing. So that's going to bring back the number 10 Commandos. And he's just going to From the People Panzergun. Hope he wins the 1 and 3. No, he's going to draw. Okay, he hits it. That's fine. Is it time to just shift and attack Panzergren? I don't think so. We have another Panzergren in hand. I don't want to just get wiped by Carpet Bombing, though. I think we just go fast draw last. Another number 9. Oxen Bucks off of the Baker Studio regulars. It's going to salvage a Panzergren, which is quite good for him. Alright, we're just going to make a big dude, and then we're going to probably draw last. So instead we will draw middle. I mean, these are all draw cards. I'm just going to take the biggest unit. I'm going to go like this. I mean, you might just like double From the People this, to be completely honest. Maybe single From the People trade. Yeah, single From the People trade. He can't... No, I guess he can Panzergren and then play the 35T from Panzergren to kill Heinkel. He doesn't go for it. He goes for Sincerely Yours. Naval power on the infantry. I mean, this seems like a good place to go for the, another 6-6. We're not shifting attacking the 35T. He probably doesn't run guards if he's a commando stack. Maybe Bryansk's. I don't think he's going to be running Glamour Boys, though. So when we can pick up a Comet, which is going to be pretty likely with these spoils and Panzer 3H, we're kind of chilling. He's going to trade from the people. Or is he just going to go for the value trade? From the people hits the 6-6. Slight mistake from him. He should have played the salvaged 1-1, since he was going to be doing the overflow damage. Okay, what am I doing this turn? This is going face. This is hitting that. So that's 2 credits. Probably pushing this 3 credits. Panzer 3H. 7 credits. 35T to not overdraw 9 credits. I'm tempted to just, well, I think we go for Zeus Store. Can hit face from the support line. And I think we actually play it this turn instead of pushing Jaeger. Maybe not, because we want to play around, we do want to play around, wave after wave. Don't want to put too many 4 health units on the board at once. Second chance. I suspect we're going to see a wave after wave here. Nope. Fort. Naval power? Double strength. Okay. I mean, that's essentially the equivalent of our opponent surrendering the game, because I don't really see how we can win after this point. Go for M10, can get rid of a Commando. I think we just Hipper Panzer Gun back to hand. We will overdraw a card. Could be Comet if we're incredibly unlucky. Okay, Convoy. It's fine. Oh, is he going to be a push deck? Is he just going to randomly be running push with Commandos? I mean, he develops 2 Red Dawns from the people, so, like, maybe, but also it seems very unlikely that he would have the cards to do that left, unless the reason he developed 2 Red Dawns is because he runs, or because he has 2 Red Dawns in hand. Okay, I think we just do this. This way, I don't think we can die to push. Seems unlikely, at the very least. Long-range desert group. That is rough. Not the long-range desert group he wanted to be doing that on. And Comet top deck is lethal. I think we just draw for it, right? It's almost guaranteed. Is this lethal? It sure is. Hit him with the well played. Turns out it's perfectly fine if Comet's like, you know, bottom like 5 cards of your deck. Got across the finish line anyways. And let's queue again. Alrighty, we have a Soviets. Pretty good hand. I feel like Hipper's probably pretty good against Soviets. I think I kind of want to just full keep this hand and then play Jaeger on 1 regardless of what he does. Want the 35T going. And it's not like I'm going to get crazy Jaeger value this game. Sunstrike pickup is good because he almost certainly runs Bryansks. And even if he doesn't, just engineers. Okay. UWS, so it's a ramp deck. Okay, what's he gonna do on 5 credits? Kinda has to answer the autocannon if he can. Slams down to T-34. Well, don't mind if I do just play a hipper. Hopefully he didn't just miss a better play previous turn. Easiest game of my life. Alright. Better player wins. All I can really say. This game is still absolutely losable. I mean, he can easily just play Depths of Winter here into, like, you know, Corson, Armored Train. I haven't seen so much Awoken Giant lately. And it feels like nothing in the meta should make Awoken Giant good. Because, like, half the decks run heavy ramp where Awoken Giant will never do anything. Well, that's bad. If I trade, it means he can't do 5 damage to ground units, strategic focus. Like if he plays strategic focus, he loses if I trade. And I guess like if he plays Machines of War next turn, I'm winning anyways, so I do trade here. Okay, he has an M10, but it's still threatening a lot of damage. Fortunes of War for the tank. This is just lethal, right? Wait for the animations to finish, and hit face for 4, hit him with the well played. Alright, 28-30. We go once more onto the breach to find the real final boss of this video. Alrighty, final opponent is Japan, and our opening hand looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna full keep this. Hit him with the ho-ho-ho. So if he plays a 1-drop, we just errata. Unless maybe it's like Type 93. Shibata, absolutely perfect. Errata, he can like 35T hit this. That would make the next turn somewhat awkward. Because we're essentially just giving up a 2 for 1. If he goes face here, which he does. So obviously I can, like, 164th hit, and then I'm left with a 2-1. Seems like that might be the best play here. Just, you know, don't leave him with a damage on board. Like, obviously he can, like, Audacity this. I mean, there's not really anything that doesn't get hit by Audacity. I guess I could have, like, Scout Card hit, but... Expansion? No expansion. So he doesn't have expansion in hand, or he would have played it. Okay, so this is sort of going all in. depending on what he plays, he could have like a Dragon Slayer here, and that'd be scary. And obviously, this is the World Raid top decks expansion. There's probably like 2 more turns where he can reasonably draw expansion to come back into this game. Another cavalry, that's fine. I think we just... Okay, actually, let's just clear the front line. My thought process was I could suppression the 33rd Recon, deny the draw. I don't really care about the 2 damage from Shibata. The reason I didn't is it just made the turn really awkward. So this is 1, 4, 5. I suppose I could have avoided 1 damage, not taking the front line and suppress Signal Regiment, but that does leave him open for expansions. Desperate Measures, quite good. Type 93, less good. Like, for him, is what I mean, of course. Okay, once again, we're not suppressing the Signal Regiment, allowing it to deal a little bit more damage in favor of getting a quite strong position on board. Actually, I probably should have played the Jaeger Regiment next to the Autocanone, like between HQ, because if he has bombing rate, he's playing it on the autocannon, and I'd rather it hit 2 damage on Jaeger than 2 damage HQ. Rain Brigade top deck, that's fine. That suggests he doesn't have expansion in hand, because he could have pushed Raiden Brigade up, obviously, if he wanted to. I could just Hipper Signal Regiment. Like, worst case, his last card in hands take Liberty. And you just play Signal, take Liberty. But even then, we're still in a dominant enough position on board that we probably win. Well, last card Schutzen's pretty good for him. Is it the part of the game where we just start going face? I think this is happening. So he drops to 9, I get to hit him again, guaranteed, pretty much. I guess worst case, he top decks second Schutzen and pushes the 5-5. I want to end the game before he can get into potential weird positions with Sheeden. Top deck Honorable Death. Doesn't push the 5-5, decides to get an extra card draw, and finds Dragon Slayer. That would be really good for him if it didn't immediately die on board. Speaking of being dead on board, is this lethal? Yes, because of the ping. So this becomes a 4-4 and we just hit face. Hit him with the well played. And that is going to... Oh, actually level up Germany. Get up into 5th place. Exactly 100 points below first with exactly 24 hours left to go in the season. That's where I'm going to end today's video. So again, 5th place here. Go over to the leaderboards. You have tournament mode. We are still ranked 1 over here. Twice the number of wins as the guy in 3rd. Quite funny. 24 hours to go. Let's see what the golden card is going to be. It is an 88 millimeter flak. I love that card. I will see all of y'all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Again, King's Cup Week 3 dates coming soon. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join my Discord to continue the conversation there. Ask about decks. Find out about decks. All that fun stuff. And if you're able to, feel free to donate. Link in the description. Thank you very much to everybody who has donated already. Your donations go towards running events like the King's Cup. That is where the prize pool for the King's Cup is coming out of. It is out of that donation fund. So again, thank you very much, everybody, and I will catch all of y'all in the next one.